we're singing. Got a question for you, okay? It's really supposed to be a simple question. You know, we have, a lot of folks don't realize this, but a lot of the Baptist influence in this area is actually Calvinist. And so as y'all go out visiting things and you're dealing with folks, especially about doctrine, you're going to run into some Calvinists. And, so here's one of the questions that a Calvinist will ask you. And they don't have the answer right. Their answer is the answer they're going to give you is all wrong. But here is one of the questions that they're going to ask you. Here's the way they look at it. Saving grace is an irresistible force. If you are one of the elect, in other words, if you've been predestined to be saved and go to heaven, one of what they call the elect, then you are an unmovable object. Now, number one, an unmovable object destroys the truth of free will. So does an irresistible force. So here's the question that they're going to ask you whenever they throw out, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him, that's free will. Whosoever, that's free will. So they're going to ask you this question. They're going to say, what happens when an irresistible force meets with an unmovable object?
Yeah.
Now you need to know how to answer that correctly. Because they're telling you that if you're one of the elect, you're that unmovable object, and that irresistible force, that saving grace, that you're going to accept it irregardless. You're going to be saved. That's not the correct answer.
Amen.
When an irresistible force collides with an unmovable object, the force of that impact deflects away the irresistible force.
Yeah.
And it disintegrates the unmovable object. That's the correct answer. And so that object has deflected away. You understand? You are a free moral agent. You do have a free will, and you can reject the grace of God.
Amen.
You can reject God's saving grace. And if you're an unmovable object, then at just the sheer force, even though grace is going to be reflected away or deflected away, then it crushes the unmovable object. It just disintegrates it. Okay? So, whenever you run into that crowd, and there's plenty of them out there, and that's one of the questions that they're going to try to trip you up with. So I gave you the right answer. If you can just remember it, you've got the right answer. Amen? Smile.
Amen.
God loves you. You're here because of free will tonight.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. You talk to that crowd about free will, and you're one of those free will Baptists. Yeah. No, I'm not a free will Baptist. I had a free will before I became a Baptist.
Yep.
Amen. I happen to be a saved Baptist.
Yeah. Amen.
I got saved.
Amen.
SAVED. I am BORN. AGAIN.
Amen.
I'm a child of God.
Amen.
Amen. So I'm a saved Baptist. That'll work for you, won't it? Not primitive, not free will. Amen. Here's a good way to put it. And then Brother Taylor comes and says, I am an after-the-fact Baptist. How many of y'all caught that? I didn't become a Baptist before I got saved. I became a Baptist after I got saved.
Yeah.